Perfect. So, it's been a while with Elves. Oh god, I remember these hands. These hands are like, oh opponent, please don't have anything. At least you're on the draw, and on the draw you can always like draw one more card and come out ahead sometimes. Yeah. Oh no, we're actually playing against Black Red Reanimator. Yeah, you don't need to actually type exclamation mark deck for the decklist and then click a link. That's like way too inconvenient. You can actually just check out the overlay, which is like super sweet. You can actually see the entire decklist right away, and it's like structured very well. Oh god, we are playing against this. Oh, well, this is our life now. See, 3 Assassin Strike main? Okay, that's wrong. Let me adjust that. Well, at least I'm trying to. Okay, whatever, this is not working. Opponent, you played well, both teams played hard. Let's find the next game. So we're definitely not playing Assassin Strike main, that sounds wrong. Or maybe I am, who knows? So we definitely want these, even though like this card isn't even all that great against them. Ooh, sounds nice, and Natural Order for Archon can actually do something. Oh come on, Cardboard.Live, don't crap out on me. Okay, now I see what the problem was. At least I think. Oh, something's wrong there. Let me fix that. Natural Order slightly misspelled? Well, if it's misspelled, it doesn't show up at all. Why is this not working? It doesn't show me any decks. Actually, I'm gonna take a screenshot just so I can show Wilson later. We can also just like, oh, we have to submit this, by the way. Ah, I shouldn't fix these problems while this is going on. We're in a match right now. It actually sometimes doesn't feel like a match when you're playing against this kind of deck, but turns out it actually is a match. What else are we gonna remove? Rex Sage can be okay, but it's probably not gonna be okay. Let's remove a Glimpse and Senate. I think we're actually gonna remove a Nettle Sentinel. Okay. But I'm manually gonna edit as a deck. So, here we go. Export. Apps. Import cards from file. Okay, now we should have this fixed like in any moment now. Yeah, this looks good. Save. And we're gonna disconnect this over here. So these are just some teething problems, but it should be fixed now. Okay, can you guys check the overlay and see whether it works? Oh, by the way, there's a match going on, right? I would like to play first, yes. Oh, this is the kind of match. I think we have to, I think we have to keep it. We go first, draw it up or go, then we go Heritage Druid. Play 2 more, and then if we draw like a creature, if we draw like a Quirion Ranger, then we can turn to Natural Order, and if we name Sorcery, I think the opponent's really screwed. I wouldn't hate trying this, but I think it's a little too scary. Okay, this isn't great. Like I almost like the initial hand, like actually better. Looks better? Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Oh, we don't want to draw this for sure. Oh, is he gonna have... Oh, he has a Chancellor. Okay, well, let me just pass. Otherwise, the music too loud? Or too quiet? I know what Baruch is gonna say. Baruch is gonna say, music, which music? So we're gonna have 6 here to just like pretend that we got nothing. And that's actually a lie, we have everything, but... opponent doesn't... Oh, he's... Fuck! How would you have Thoughtseize there? Oh, come on. I think we're gonna take Lotus Petal. So he may... There's... Oh, yeah, well, we can still pay for that. There's a chance that he, like, can't kill us on this turn and maybe just reanimate some, like, crappy Chancellor or something. Also, this way we get to, like, pay for Chancellor and not suffer from it. Oh, I even told you about this deck, and I was like, nah, actually, let's not play against that. I think I might want to play another league, but right now I'm gonna order 4 Leylands of the Void from Cardboard. And we're gonna order the one that has the good artwork. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I can only buy 4. Perfect. Complete my order. Do I have enough credit? Yeah, here we go. It's so convenient, seriously. Okay, this must feel like... Oh, what's the opponent doing over there, by the way? Look at how bad the opponent's hand is. What the actual fuck? He has Entomb and then like 3 Assassin's Trophy? This guy's hand looks like our sideboard. This guy is not gonna go anywhere. He doesn't even have mana. Maybe I missed something, but... That hand looks like shit. I mean, I might still lose, but... Okay, so actually let's check it out. Let's check out what he has. He's got 3 Chancellors. Oh, he's got, yeah, 3 Chancellors, okay. He's got 4 trophies. Would he really want 4 trophies against Elves? Iona, which is scary. Tidesport Tyrant, which actually can sometimes be scary. And Elish Norn. Maybe, you know what? Maybe actually we want like 1 Assassin's Trophy, so we can beat Elish Norn. Like, he can get Iona, and then we can't beat that anyway. Yeah. Okay, opponent, you got 3 Assassin's Trophy, Chancellor, and Tomb. Be my guest. Be my guest. Is red-black worse for Elves than blue-black used to be? It depends. Like, if you are not prepared, then red-black is much worse, because it's like much faster. If you are prepared, then red-black is a lot better than blue-black. I think both are like not very good, but if you're unprepared, red-black is like really, really bad, like really bad. Whereas blue-black is slow enough that you can sometimes like still do okay, but it's still not great. But if you are prepared, I'd much rather face red-black, because even though it's more resilient than I initially gave it credit for, it's not as resilient. Oh wow, nice. He's got a land. Unfair. Okay, so we are just gonna run out everything we have, as well as our Morph. Oh, where they added? Let's actually turn this bad boy on. No, that's the wrong one. Also, I was told not to play copyrighted content, so I guess we are not gonna play the Power Rangers theme. I'm sorry, Twitch. You missed out. You can play it in your head. Cardboard sending me the trade request. It's gonna scare me out of the match. Like when people send you trade requests all the time. Nah, just kidding. Cardboard is this, like one of the best entities ever to like hit Magic Online. And with that, back to the match. That's how you do it, right? When you play against Black Red Reanimator, and like so your friend comes to the table and he gives you like 4 Leylines of the Void, and then the Black Red Reanimator gives you like this weird look, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna use it here. I actually have 4 on the sideboard already. He just gave me the one with the better artwork. You know, actually, you know, somebody should do that. Like a show where you have like a hidden camera and you like screw with people's heads or something. Like, for example, you play against Black Red Reanimator. Your friend comes to the table. He gives you 4 Leyline of the Void. Your opponent actually sees you put 4 sideboard cards from your sideboard, pull them, put them away, and put in those 4 Leylines of the Void and then play against him. And your opponent is like, you can't do that. And you're like, sure, I can do that. And the judge comes over and he looks at the deck list. He's like, yeah, you can do that. Because what the opponent doesn't know is you removed 4 Leylines of the Void from your sideboard and then put in the 4 you showed him. And he's like, the fuck? How can that be happening? Oh, I want to do that. So, oh, we might have won.
Finish him.
Yes, this... I mean, we might also just, like, get ooze, but is this good enough? Yeah, this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 17. Look! Look who's at 17. Look who just happens to be at 17 because he really wanted to play the Thoughtseize.
Carrier has arrived.
And get in there. Easy game, easy match. You certainly didn't see me in Lille today. Maybe I got a double ganger.
Fatality.
Season 2 of the Reed Duke Show? I would watch that. Yeah, but the Outmar at large, like, if you go to a vintage tournament, like, Andrea Mengucci said it best, like, if you go to a vintage tournament and your opponent shows you zombie tokens, you know one thing, and one thing only, and that's that he's not playing Dredge. If your opponent shows you zombie tokens, he's not playing Dredge. Anyway, so what did we learn? What did we learn about opponents? Opponent has a lot of stuff. He likes to keep weird hands. He plays 4 Assassin's Trophy. He plays more Assassin's Trophies than we do. He has Unmasks. He has 3 Thoughtseizes. He doesn't actually have a lot of discard. He plays Animate Dead. He plays 4 Animate Dead. I think Reclamation Sage is coming back in. Just because it can randomly, like, kill... Well, it actually can't kill all that much. I guess Grizzlebrand, but you're losing anyway. Sounds good, Steven. Sounds really good. So what do we want to change on the draw? Maybe actually we want Civil Library. That sounds weird, but we might actually want Civil Library. Because, like, if they fire off all their discard... Actually, he doesn't have much discard, so let's not play that. I think Infect is a deck that, like, it has a floor that is very, very high. Because Infect, like, unlike other decks, can never be actually truly horrible unless they printed something that really screws it with it. Because, in fact, like, proactive decks have a hard time being really bad. Planar Void is a card I would love to try. It's from Urza Saga, right? Yeah, I actually can see the artwork in front of me. Like, in front of my eye. Ice. So next level... Yeah, so that's the next level of Yomi, right? You do add the zombie tokens while playing Dredge, when playing against Andrea Mengucci. That's the next level. So you got a Yomi Andrea. And if you do that, I will buy you a pizza. Opponent down to 5. Look at him going like, YOLO, still got you on the first turn. Aggro Stasis. What the fuck is Aggro Stasis? I remember losing to Mark against Mark in New York on the 20-sided die when he was playing Stasis. And I was playing Elves. And like, if there's one deck in Legacy that can deal with Stasis really well, it's Elves. Like, you can easily, like, if you have Quirion Ranger, how are you ever gonna lose? Like, the other deck plays Quirion Ranger at times just to get around their own Stasis. Pendle Steven, you tell me. Pendle Steven, tell me about it. Oh, this is good. So if we draw another Elf... No, we need to draw Cradle and well, we can only draw 1 card next turn. Okay, opponent not doing anything. This is looking to be good. Oh, I was about to say, unfortunately, we can just like kill him next turn anyway with Natural Order, but now we cannot, which is great, because then we have to get Arcan. Because we have Natural Order Kratov already in hand. Oh, this is looking to be really cool. Yo man, next turn, Arcan is gonna be in the house. Mr. Arcan. Arcan. We call him Frank, by the way. I missed a really good chance of...
Perfect.
Oh, who needs sideboard cards? And the opponent can just mulligan to 5 and scoop. There we go. Adjust the score. Yeah, writing on the deck box. I actually never believe anybody who writes on the deck box. Like, do people actually write in the deck box to remember what's in it, or is it more like? I mean, I can see it if you have like tons of deck boxes that look the same, but I think I've never actually owned the same deck box, like more than 1 copy of the same deck box. Over my life, I think I've owned like 30 deck boxes. Yeah, actually, I think actually more than 30 now that I think about it. And none of them have ever looked the same. Although, let's get some chocolate. I got this chocolate from IKEA. I was told it's authentic Swedish chocolate. So, like, the farmers of Sweden, they raised the cows of Sweden. They produced, like, the milk. Maybe even Marcus helped with that. Because, like, everybody knows that Sweden actually is not very involved with chocolate making. IKEA's, like... IKEA got to me. Like, I trusted them. Oh, what's this gonna be? Blood Moon. No, try this. Sure. We've got these sonnets. We can handle your shit. Oh, and we got this as well. He probably scooped. Because I look to be like in a very good position next turn. Yeah, he should have definitely played for it. Because there's a chance that like my hand his hand sucked. Even my hand sucked even more than his does. Okay, this is interesting. So the Sword of the Meek combo decks are usually like really good matchups for Elves. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, this is gonna be really great. So we're gonna get Viable Symbiote here. And next turn we can get Symbiote, and then there's a good chance that the turn after we can actually get Reclamation Sage. But we can either get Rec Sage, or we can just completely ignore it. There's a certain, like a reasonable, significant amount of games where you win, and you don't even care about Chalice. Like, if your opponent plays an artifact land, you go ahead and kill the artifact land, so they can't play any spells that actually matter. But yeah, overall, Rec Sage is like a good bet. Is this gonna be Chase? No. What cost? Oh, Tezzeret! Or Chalice on 2. Chalice on 2?! Fucking fuck!
Lost the man.
No! I pressed the wrong button, but it's still kick.
Double kill.
That's the yeah. Well, I get. Oh, he gives me the mana, dude. Do we really want to be doing this? Interesting. So the thing is, I can get Quirion Ranger next turn, and then he's in a weird spot. He has to kill Quirion Ranger, and then he can kill the Arbor, but then he loses the Ballista. So, I think I just have to do that. Because if I give him more turns with... Actually, no, that's wrong. I mean, we lose if he has another Ballista in hand. But that's okay. You're not like playing the game to win against these kind of draws. Because if you're trying, you're losing way too often against like much worse draws. Actually, what if I get another Ballista? Another Quirion Ranger here. The next one he can kill 2 Quirion Rangers, and then I play the land. Well, but then... Nah, that's bad. What if I get Viable Symbiote? Then he has to kill Viable Symbiote, then Quirion Ranger, but then I have 3 mana and nothing else. Actually, then he has got nothing. Nah, I still kinda like it like this. I'm kinda getting the hang of this song, this is not horrible. But yeah, this is the kind of matchup I really like because it can get very technical. Like, I really love the like super strategic matchups. Because they are like... I think the strategic matchups are the biggest skill tester in like all of Legacy. Because like strategy in general is somewhat I can't even say underappreciated, it doesn't get enough focus. But I can also like dig really tactical matchups where it's like really about like squeezing out like every edge you can get. Opponent looks at... yeah, he can like put something into his hand. Ah. The dreaded stream hiccup. If you're watching this on TwitchCon... oh no, I was about to say, I hope the opponent doesn't find a land, because then if he has a Chromox, there's a chance he can actually play something relevant. Come on, attack me. Attack me. He's giving me all the mana. I did not expect that. So what if I take out Chalice now? What if I take out Chalice now? do I even want to do that? I could take out Ballista and attack Tezzeret, but that seems worse. The problem is, if I take out Chalice, then Ballista is still gonna get me. Ah, it's actually super hard. Oh, Force. Ah.
Denied.
That makes it actually... That puts me like in a really bad spot. I think... Attack Kairos, yes. Oh, that's a really bad spot now. I guess that's what the sideboard is for. Or in this case, more like game 2. Because now we're in a spot I think we actually might not be able to win from here. If he puts down all his mana next turn, he can like take out both of our creatures, and then we need to draw Runner. Or at least Rexage. But then we need to Rexage the Ballista. So this is gonna be tough. I think we can probably like check out what he reveals here. But I think it's about Scooperino time. But can you imagine how much fun it's gonna be when we get down Archon on Artifact against this guy? Just remember that it's two, like it's both players are affected by it. Because I've named sorcery many times and realized, oh shit, I can't cast my own sorceries now. Actually, he's once again not using the Ballista, unless he has like one more land. I think he really should be pumping the Ballista. Like, one of the few ways I can still win is getting Natural Order off. And it doesn't look like he actually has Force of Will in hand. Oh, he's using it. At least I would think. He still has exactly 4 mana to do it. Thinking about it, I actually need to hit Runner. Which is like almost impossible. Especially when you're outside like that slim. So... Well, he once again doesn't pump Ballista. Okay. If this is what you want to be doing. Archon doesn't have Trample? Damn, I should know this. It is Flying, Vigilance, Trample. I'm pretty sure about that. Actually, that's also not that great, because eventually he can like top deck kill Archon. But I guess if it sits on the board, then we still lose to Tezzeret's ultimate at some point. So we need to draw natural... Well, that's not... My full house, huh? My full house. Yo, bar below 29. Bar below 29 in the chat. Why we lose to Carouse. Caroth. This could be like a Spanish name. Like the double R and the Z in the end. Like Caroth. Corazon. Corazon de Caroth. I hunger for the heart of Corazon of Caroth. So what do we like here? Actually, let's put it this way. What do we not like? We might want Nissa, even though Nissa is not that great against the swords top deck combo swords combo. So one more card. That card might be probably a 1-drop. Likely Heritage to it. I think I kind of like it this way. I could see one Nissa. Yeah, but she's really not that great against the top the swords combo. Let's just go with this. I could see Surgical, but usually it's not needed or too slow. You can see the decklist on the overlay. Like we are basically beta testers, or like I would call that like prime testers, because it's like really a privilege to get that. At least that's what I consider it to be. To try this out for Cardboard.Live. You can see the Cardboard.Live overlay on. I think it should be on the left side of the screen. So we're gonna get... I think I'm gonna get a basic... I really value basics very, very highly. If he Force of Wills this, man... Like, I'm fully expecting Chalice here. And if he had Force of Will this, I would have been like in a terrible spot, because then I couldn't like Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, but now he's setting himself a lot back, and we get our Scavenging Ooze. Ah, see? Oh, this is sweet. Ta-da, ta-da. The Ooze is in the house. It has a banana on his head. And the Query Ranger says, "Take for 1, into the face, take it, go down to 19. This is a Swiss stream now." Is it? Come on, play another city. Ah, what's he gonna play for 3? That can actually annoy us. Bridge. We don't care. At least not by now. So now this is the kind of hand where I would consider pumping the Ooze by like playing Quirion Ranger and then eating it. So we can attack for 4, but now that he has played Bridge, I think it's actually not that great. And we should probably hold out for like a Senate or an Assassin's Trophy. And while we're at it, actually no, let's pretend that we have Assassin's Trophy. Oh, we can actually pretend very well that we have Assassin's Trophy now that I think about it, because we can eat his land, you never know what it might be good for. And then we make sure to untap our land and our creature, I guess. Because if we had Assassin's Trophy, it would certainly look like this. Ass Trophy. Hey Eric, did you see us beating Black Red Reanimator? Well, we didn't really add much to it, the opponent just like crumbled. Sword, okay, you got that. I really wouldn't mind drawing Assassin's Trophy here. Order! Well, now we need just like one more land drop. Oh, you have Cardboard in hand? So you guys remember how bad it usually is with Elves? When you have Cardboard in hand all the time? If we didn't have like another target in Archon, this would be like really bad. Yeah, it didn't really work. Huh, it's our turn again, what the fuck? So the opponent could sacrifice... No, he has no sacrifice the thing. Well, you bring in 4 Werther anyway, right? At least that was my impression all the time. But yeah, I just ordered like the 4 ley lines. Because if I really wanted to beat the matchup, I would play the 4 ley lines and 4 Flusterstorms in the sideboard. Because I think Leyline on its own is fine, but you really want to be protecting it. So, what's the plan? We can natural order here. It's super likely that the opponent has Force of Will though. Like, he hasn't done anything. And I guess he kept the hand on the back on like Chalice and Bridge, there's a chance. So I could see like talking myself into natural ordering. But the Archon, I guess the Archon on Artifact is actually kind of nice. I think we're gonna attack here and then we're gonna put Artifact on Archon. The other way around actually. You do play Trophy now? Okay. It feels like you can actually get away with playing a lot of cards, because like, you're playing such a long game, such a short game, you don't even care if they actually get to wasteland your lands, because they have already done like what they needed to do. Okay. Come on! Let's hatch the egg! I wanna hatch the egg! No! Opponent goes down to 6! No! No! We actually let him like, get a card out of his hand. That's not good for us. It's actually not for fast combo. Like, fast combo is really not like a reason to bring in the 4th natural order. The big reason for the 4th natural order is pretty much every deck that's not blue. That's actually, that really pretty much almost sums it up. Like, any deck that's not blue, that's kind of where we want it to be. Like, mostly Chalice decks. It's also good against lands, but it's not really, it's actually, like, fast combo is not a consideration. You did bring it in against fast combo, but it's not a consideration at all for that. So, do we grow the use to 3? Actually, we don't need to. Oh, I'm stupid. I can just... Oh my god, I'm stupid. I can just, like, attack and then eat the creature after it is attacked and kill the opponent. Damn, I should play more Elves. I've done this shit, like, many, many times, and yet I didn't see it right away. Yeah, that is a Rubik's Cube. So, what did we see? We saw Tezzeret the Seeker. Does he play Time Vault? Tezzeret the Seeker pitched to Force of Will, and then all the standard chairs. Orbit is still kinda there too, so if you don't pump, right? Yeah, so, but yeah, that's how we definitely got him, that's right. So, maybe he has actually a ton of bridges. Maybe we really want Nissa. Nissa's actually okay if they have bridge. Because eventually you just, like, get there on the card draw. And the opponent seems to value Chalice really highly. So maybe I take out even more of my random creatures. It's just like I don't want to take out the Quirion Rangers. They are like additional copies of Llanowar Elves, but they are actually kind of better because they protect your Bayou. Maybe 2 Nissa is too many. Actually, let's go with 1 Nissa. You can take out 1 more Heritage Shoot. Actually, Heritage Shoot works nicely with Nissa. Nah, I don't hate taking out another Heritage Shoot. You know, I actually kind of want to play Murphog, but I need to return Solidarity first, because I can't, like, you know it works in card order. And I didn't, like, I wanted to get the stream started, so this is where we are. Opponent money into 6. I think I kind of want to keep this hand because it has an auto chalice. And it has okay mana. And the opponent mulligans. And if he is weak, I want him to be even weaker while we are staying strong with, like, good mana. Our hand really doesn't have a plan, which is, like, a problem. Yeah, Summon Library is great. It's one of the few ways that, like, green can compete with blue. Nah, I don't care about what people say. I've recently played Murphog and it was, like, really, really good. Like, really good. And I also really enjoyed. Okay, well. That's actually not very impressive from the opponent's side. And I'm making sure to get this one out, because, like, when you can, I think I get out Violet Symbiote even over Lana Wives in the first turn, just because, like, if the opponent follows it up with Chalice, and then you get Elvish Visionary, then you got, like, your own personal Holding Mind. And that's cool. See? There's Chalice. Ah, yeah, we'll just keep... Yeah, we can actually do it this way. And now all we need is like a Black Source. Opponent actually discarded an island. Do you think we could get him? I think we're gonna hit the Chalice on the first. Actually, here's the Smog's Diamond. I wonder what he plays here. But we have a ton of outs. Like, even like if you draw Natural Order, get Rexage, that wrecks him pretty hard. Damn, I'm always feel such energetic when I've been to IKEA. I don't know why. If he pluses it, I guess we can attack anyway. I'm surprised he didn't minus to have a blocker. Ward of Whispers. Okay, Black Stars would be nice. That's actually, in the very long run, that can eventually become a Black Stars, but not for now. What I'm wondering about is whether I should attack the opponent, actually. But I think next turn he might be making a blocker. He might as well just play out his entire hand next turn. So he draws to 3, plays the land down to 2. Then he can probably play a spell down to 1. And then if he activates this, it's +1 again. I think he should really mulligan this. Actually, if I attack it hard enough, he can't really minus it without losing it. But I really want to play the Birchlow Ranger. There's also a world where we attack him, but that's probably not good enough. Attack Tezzeret. I think I really have to do it this way, just to make sure he can't minus properly. We might lose this if we don't draw a Black Loss, though. I think if we do draw a Black Source, it's actually still not a given that we get there, but it's looking okay. Come on, Agent of Bolas. Plus, and just find crap. Actually, if he finds nothing, which he can do, I think he's gonna find something. Why would he not? I just hope he doesn't have any kind of creature now. And if he has a creature, if he draw like a Black Source... Oh no, that's the worst thing he could find for us! Actually, it at least draws a card. He also might have Force of Will now that I think about it. But if he's got nothing else, then we can actually like kill Tezzeret next turn, even though we lose a creature. He still has Ward of Whispers, play that. Plays Underground Sea. Does he have blue instants? Oh, Black Source. Hello, Mr. Black Source. I think we just attack the Tezzeret. Oh, thinking about it, that's actually... Okay, it's weird. The thing is, we don't want to give him the information that we can Assassin's Trophy, so he might block in a different way. But then if we lose a creature, then our Cradle is slightly worse. And that means we actually can't play a creature on this turn on top of this. Oh, opponent F6'd. That's fine. I think it's still worth it to do it this way. And I'm not gonna get the second Dryad Arbor, we really need the Black Source. Well, apparently because I'm an up-and-coming streamer, as they called it. And as such, they invited me to be on what they call the big stream on TwitchCon, which is kinda cool. So it's like this huge hangout area, chill area in the main hall. And so if you're watching from there, hello, this is Julian. I stream Legacy, which is a format in Magic the Gathering. And yeah, if you can hang out there, you can actually watch from there. He's putting this on 0? Okay. Gotta get that sweet Lotus Petal value. Actually, putting it on 0 is like really bad if he has Mox Diamonds. And he knows that I like he obviously did it. Did he really do it because of Bridge? Oh, he has Hardcast Forceful. I see. 2, 4, 5. I can see. So we're gonna... Actually, are we even gonna hit the Chalice? I think we're gonna... Thinking about it? Yeah, I think we still have to hit the Chalice because like there's a chance we actually want to get our shit, play our shit. So I would assume he Hardcast Forceful this. And then if we have to, we can Assassin's Trophy the Bridge. But I think I still Assassin's Trophy the Chalice and play my shit. And then I just like hope to draw one of my 9 outs or something. Should be around 9. To just kill the Chalice. The Bridge eventually. That seems like it's right. Here we go. Chalice begun. You get your land. If you do, actually, let's find out whether he has more lands. Yeah, that's fine. So we play Mr. Beachlaw Ranger. And then we just hope he doesn't like Wrath us next turn. Which he can, like they sometimes have Toxic Deluge, but we also have like 2 insects. So his Wrath won't be as devastating. There's even like, you could even argue for keeping back one of the Viable Symbiotes so we can rebuild a better board post-Wrath. And if you find an out to the Bridge, then he takes 2, 4, 6 anyway. Just trying to find a way to untap the, to morph the Birch Rangers. Nah, I think I kinda like it this way. Imagine if he draws Force here. Well, that's not Force. That's also not great. We can draw Natural Order. Well, I was so sure we would draw Natural Order here. It's so weird. Like, I was actually, like... I was deeply convinced we would draw Natural Order here. Oh! Dude! Dude! Julian! Dude! The fuck? Look at me shit-talking in that Chalice! Oh... Wait! Yeah! Ah! Who still got it? Who still got it? Who still got it? Who still got it? Who screws up and still has it? Never didn't have it? Here we go. We're gonna have so much mana. Yes. Wreck Sage. Wreck that shit. I could even go aggressively after his lands. So like this, untaps this. I mean, hitting the sword doesn't really do much. It comes back anyway if you find something. I guess I want to hit his mana. If he has like Strix into something, then he maybe can't cast it. Technically, we could actually do it again. Maybe that's where we wanna be. Oops, no, I already have 3 mana. I know I had 3 mana. Just didn't up it quickly. No. Okay, let's take out that Mox. Yes. And now, feel my wrath. Feel the dryidish, elfish, warriorish insect wrath. And now I think even if he has Toxic Deluge, we still get there. The only card that would be somewhat annoying would be Top Tier Foundry. But I think we could also beat that. Tezzeret, sure. Oh, can he minus to kill? No, he can't minus anyway. Still takes a plus to minus. Yes, you plus. Yes, yes, you do the plus. What happened to his Vault of Whispers, by the way? What happened to the guy's Vault of Whispers? Oh. I guess we can still beat that. Actually, he's dead on board, right? If this is the last card in hand... Yeah, he can't even like... Well, I mean, sure. You got it. Yes. Well, you're still gonna get
Double kill.
Icon has win now? Yes. Da 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 da.
Double kill.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Easy 2-0. Elves still got it. Best deck in the format confirmed. Which it obviously is not, but you know. I think Elves is not very well respected right now. Not with regards to like people saying it's a shit deck, but with regards to people like preparing for it. Da, da, da. Actually, I recently like wondered how to pronounce your name, by the way. Is it like FCA Magic, or is it like SNA Magic? Or FCA Magic? Could be the best end without, like, I think Elves is better than people generally give it credit for, and it's not like because people think Elves is doing like horribly, but because like the general public, and that's true, hasn't really seen a lot of like big finishes for Elves lately. I wonder why that might be. No. So yeah. So it's FCA Magic. Does it stand for like Fighting Zone Armageddon Magic? Like some badass, dystopian future magic, but like it sounds like a concept for a movie with Sylvester Stallone in the 90s or like the late 80s. Oh, Forza Italia. Oh, you guys pronounce that set like really hard. Like unlike the Spanish, you go like Forza Italia. Not like Spanish would be like Forza Italia. Ha! Forza España. Viva España. and what do we actually say in German? Are there Germans in the chat? What do we say for, like, if you cheer for our German teams, what do we say? Deutschland, Deutschland. That's pretty much what people sing at like German soccer, like as I think the Bundesliga and the German Football League are somewhat known for having like a really great atmosphere in stadiums and stuff, but our songs are like really dumb. No, Mark, we certainly wouldn't be singing that. So yeah, like for example, if you go to Bayern Munich into the stadium, they would be singing Bayern, Bayern, Bayern. It's like one of the favorite chants of the supporters. Bayern, Bayern. So imagine if you were watching the Pro Tour and there's like LSV in the finals and you want to root for him because that's what you can do now that the Pro Tours are public again, and you go like Luis, and you were like, dude, I know my name. Auf geht's Deutschland, auf geht's. Yeah, that's something I've encountered more in handball. Like in handball, we used to sing like a lot of Auf geht's. It's just like, let's go, Germany, let's go. Standard feels people underrate Elves because the deck is so hard to play in paper. Most people have never played against the super scary Elves paper. Yeah, I think Elves has a lot of variance with regards to like how it feels like when you're playing against it. That's true. Like you can play against somebody and you feel like, look at the shit, I just like Terminus this cards and then he lost. And then sometimes you play against somebody else and you feel like, I can't shake off the feeling that I've been, like, that I'm being outplayed here by Elves, and I can't even tell you why. Oh no. Mox Diamond decks are the worst. Like, it's super funny. Crow Mox decks, in general, outside of TES, are somewhat favorable for Elves, whereas Mox Diamond decks are really bad for Elves. So, I think here we just try to kill him here. Like, if we find Natural Order, that would be nice. No, don't find Natural Order. I want to find Cradle. Cradle would be nice. No, we don't have any redraws. Actually, we do have one more redraw of the Wildwood Symbiote, because of that finds Nettle Sentinel. No, I think that actually doesn't do it. So if we find this one, untap this one, replay this one, we have to do it this way. We just have to hope the opponent doesn't find Tabernacle next turn. There's also a chance. Actually, he's not lands, he's 4-color loam. So this is much better for us than I thought it would be. So if you get like a good board presence, oh yeah, Query Ninja is gonna help a lot with that. Oh yeah, we're gonna bounce this, of course. Let's just draw all the cards. And we even found this one. Unfortunately, it's... Actually, it's good enough to continue the chain. Yeah, we actually... Okay, so this is a classical song, so there should be no copyright on this. Like, the author died, or composer died, probably like 200 years ago. It's from Willem Tell, but it's not like... It's clear that Schiller didn't write this. At least the music. This is the stuff of nightmare right there? I don't know. I don't know what kind of nightmares you have, but I dream about this stuff. I actually do dream about magic. Got him. Got him. They even had the tournament Mox Diamond, but they couldn't get there. Oh, we would have actually stopped the chain there. We would have need to pass there. Actually, would we 1 mana? Yeah, we would have needed to pass there. This is the stuff of dreams, I certainly agree. So, this matchup, I hate it. I fucking hate it. It's really bad for Elves. You probably want these. Actually, he often has Cardboard.Live, so let's take this one out. We still want Natural Order because it's really strong. And the problem is he also has something to fight over Glimpse, like, really well. So we don't really have a lot of... Like, he has so many hate bears and Chalice. This is not the place you want to be with Elves. Also, bringing the 3 Surgicals against a deck that can, like, turn your life into a nightmare without even ever touching the graveyard feels bad. Oh, you are Elfish Visionary! Okay! Oh, but sorry, I didn't notice that right away. You're, like, everywhere. Like, when I read Reddit, like, you comment on pretty much almost everything. I was wondering whether you, like, are a moderator on Reddit. If you like Ludwig's, you could always draw into it. But yeah, I can see the appeal of doing that. Oh, look at this. This is gonna be low. If he puts Tabernacle to the graveyard... Oh, Chalice? Sure. So, let's get back to the music. The Twitch-friendly music. I'm not gonna fetch because... Actually, he has Chalice, right? So we're gonna play this. And then fetch and play 7 Library. This is one of those matchups where I kinda prefer Progenitus over Natural Order, over Archon. But it's actually not that close. It's actually not that clear. Archon is still fine. No, it doesn't annoy me. Like, it's come up like many times over the years. That's why, like, I don't even respond to these anymore. But sometimes I do when it gets, like, interesting, like, for people. So I copy, like, my response that I've written. I think it was earlier this year or maybe even last year. So do we get Dryad Arbor here? I think one reason to get Dryad Arbor is so that we don't draw it later on. But he will probably have a ton of creature removal. Probably has a ton of creature removal in his deck post-board still. But the Dryad Arbor also helps with the Natural Order. Yeah, I think I want to do it like... Actually, the Dryad Arbor is horrible if he gets Tabernacle online. So here we go. So now we get the library and hope he doesn't have Golgari Charm or Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay is probably like really bad against Elves, especially out of his deck. Oh, he gets Punishing Fire. Haha, there's only... Actually, our face is a target as well. You know what I want here? I want the cat that you can flash in and the opponent is attacking you, but I think you need to control our planes for that. I think the cat might even be 2-3. Could like be an actual blowout. What happened to our 7? Oh, he had the Golgari Charm! We might even play the Birchal Range as tapped. What the fuck, opponent didn't find a land? So his hand is like Punishing Fire, Spell. I'm gonna play the Visionary because there's a chance he doesn't kill the Visionary. And then if you find like another land next turn, then we can Natural Order and name... I think we would name Sorcery. It's the most likely thing to kill us. I couldn't see naming... Oh, well, actually that doesn't matter all that much. I can see naming Planeswalker. I just hope he doesn't kill... Well, he does kill. Okay. Now I just hope he taps Wasteland so I can get Dryad Arbor. Oh, opponent. Opponent is so smart! You cannot beat smart opponents. No, actually, that's the motto of Mana Stretch. Mana Stretch can't beat smart opponents. At least that's what like one of the like really good Mana Stretch players I played against told me about. Like, he came to the table and like I knew what he was on and he knew that I knew what he was on, and he told me, my deck has one problem. It cannot beat good players. And I told him, well, then you're in for a lot of trouble. And he looks at me and he says, I know. And that was like, that felt amazing. Oh, that felt really cool. You know, you're really feeling yourself and stuff like that happens. So, are we gonna do the same thing again? Also, one of the guys, I will never forget that, in the quarterfinals of the Bazaar after MKM's Legacy Super Finals 2016. Oh, I don't remember his name exactly. Damn, he's from the Czech Republic, I'm pretty sure. And, like, I beat him in the quarterfinals. And then he said something that made me realize, oh, we've played many times before, apparently. And I asked him where he played. And he's like, you don't remember? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I don't remember. And he's like, well, I guess to me it was the days I lost to Julian Knapp's Elves. But to you it was Tuesday. And that's a quote from M. Bison from Street Fighter. And that felt like really, I don't know. Anyway, so we can get, well, I guess we don't get dried up. Or Vindicate. Get wrecked. How are we ever gonna win this? Like, the thing is, I actually wouldn't hate our odds if he didn't have that confident, because eventually we can try, maybe outdraw him. Should we even show him this? I'm not gonna show him Natural Order. Didn't we win with Natural? No, actually we won with Glimpse. Vindicate, yeah. The really good Vindicate. You want to learn Mana Stretch? Don't. I don't have a lot of respect for any kind of Dredge strategies. I would gladly freely admit whenever like Dredge is a good deck, but Mana Stretch is hardly ever a good deck. You know what? Let's relieve ourselves of this. Absent Dredge. The fuck? The fuck is Absent Dredge? Opponent is also playing red. So maybe there's a chance he doesn't have Gadok. Well, he does have Gadok, right? Maybe we skimp like one Surgical and put this in. This also makes it a little more likely to Natural Order on turn 2 or 3. On the other hand, Nissa would also be like really strong against like all his crap hands. But we can only really like ever imagine to really get Nissa down, and then only probably on like the third turn if we are on the play. So basically the idea would be to cut 2 Surgicals and play Nissas. Nah. We can beat this. It's okay. I'm really like pretty all-inish on Natural Order. Nah, this is okay. It has Ass Trophy, it has 7 Library, it has a 1-drop. It has Surgical, which like this kind of hand doesn't really need Surgical. Yes. Let's make the land drop. I'm super conservative about my land drops. Like, I'm almost always getting the basics early on. Because, like, that's also a way, like, I'm really confident in the deck that it can eventually, like, overcome almost any trouble it has. So I'd rather not lose to Mana Screw. Hey, we got Jedi Master Arkan in here. Arkan is running one of the, like, most awesome streams, like, Legacy streams. People recently called him the premier Legacy streamer on Twitch, and I think that's actually a title that he fairly holds. Because, like, he's online, I think, sometimes even, like, twice a day. He recently hit Partner. He's got, like, all these sweet, well, I want to say Arkan-themed emotes. Now, actually, it's like, let me check here for a moment. All these sweet Star Wars-themed emotes. So, yeah, you should definitely check him out. He has, like, names for all the Legacy grinders. Like, Arkan, what is Anorak? Like, what is his rank, or what is he, like? I know there's, like, Jedi Masters and stuff that you have. But where is Anorak from? Is he like a Sith because he plays miracles? Or is he like on the verge of becoming a Sith because he's like a good guy, but like miracles has corrupted his mind and shit? What's this gonna be, Chalice? Oh, Anorak is a Vice Jedi from a far planet. I like that. Anorak, Vice Jedi from a far planet. We're gonna draw all of them. Actually, we don't really need the Glimpse, do we? Anorak is a wise Jedi from a far planet. I guess that's one way to put it. So yeah, so guys, I really want to Assassin's Trophy that land, because would he really have a second forest? Would opponent really have a second forest? I think I want to do this. And then we can actually get Archon online next turn. You know? Actually, no, we couldn't surgical there anyway. Oh no, I wanted to play. I didn't want to play the Glimpse. I wanted to fetch first, but then I realized, oh no, I can't fetch first, because then there's a chance he kills Droid Arbor. But I think that's fine. Well, I guess he's from a far planet in context of the Jedi universe. So he's not. I think the what's one of the center planets? Like Naboo is probably like one of the center planets, and like, you know, I guess Yoda is hiding on like a very remote planet, and that Anorak might be similar in a way. So if we get the girl, the Droid Arbor, then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's not good enough. But we might still just get her. Actually, we can't get the Droid Arbor because then we don't have white. I think we still get Droid Arbor because there's a chance we draw Natural Order. Like, there's a really decent chance we draw Natural Order. Yeah, it always depends on your frame of reference for that kind of stuff. So, you know what? I think we just kill the opponent here. Or maybe opponent kills us, who knows. But I think we can kill the opponent here. Ass trophy. Show us what you're made of. More lands? No, actually, oh! Fuck, you know what? We might have just turned on the opponent's Golgari Charm. Awkward. I almost want to surgical the Punishing Fire just to make sure he... Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be really awkward. Oh no, but he can still, like, float the green. Ah. So he can float the green. So I need to play all my guys post-combat. Oh, this is so awkward. Thing is, Golgari Charm really wrecks us here. Also, does Punishing Fire wreck us? So he buys back Punishing Fire? No. Man, we might have helped him big time here. I think I'm actually gonna go for this. I really want to make sure that I'm doing okay. Can he kill me next turn though? No, I can't. Okay, he adds red, so that's good. He's waiting for a Jedi Order to regroup. Okay, okay, fair. So what's more important, mana or cards? Play the land, so I guess I could have actually. I should have played Surgical. I should have played Glimpse into Ooze. See what he does, but he knows that we can't do something relevant. I certainly didn't play this turn very optimally. Or I guess there's nothing else like very optimally. It's like 1-0, it's like black or white. Either you played it optimally or you didn't. Like losers complain about like very optimally. It's like, no, that actually means like almost optimally. So here we go. And I think I'm gonna play the Ooze. Even though this draws one more card. But the Ooze can actually eat something on the opponent's turn. And then if all the opponent has is like fire next turn, that's fine. We just need to... Actually, oh fuck, we gave him black mana. Maybe I should have really just played the Ooze game. Like played the Ooze, attack with Ooze, next turn get Arca, not try to do the stupid Glimpse thing. Yeah, I think that was actually really bad. I deserve to lose now. Oh yeah, Eric is certainly a Sith Lord. He's like one of the biggest Sith Lords around. It's so weird because he's like such a nice guy, but he's certainly a Sith Lord. So he's like, I don't know, if Luke Skywalker became like a Sith Lord just for fun and giggles. It's like, yeah, Force Lightning, I've always wanted to try. Force Choke, that's my shit. Little Luke, the dark side. Yeah, the dark side is fun. Have you tried it? Is the dark side better? No. easier, faster, more tempting, or whatever he says. I like how agitated Yoda gets about that. Is it faster? No, 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 it's not faster. It almost feels like Yoda knows that it's better, but I think it's not. But Yoda might be like, no, 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 let's make sure that everybody knows it's not. Also, oh, well, actually, maybe I should try to not die. But on the other hand, if I get Archon, then I'm not dying to Punishing Fire anyway. So opponent's probably gonna try to Punishing Fire me end of turn, so I go to 3, then he buys it back, I go to 4, then he shoots me, I go to 3, so that's not happening. So, Archon is in the house. Are you gonna add the demon emote to actually honor like the all-time trophy leader? That sounds awesome. I wanna see that happening. Oh, you're gonna kill this guy? I think I want a little more mana just to like be really sure that nothing like goes horribly wrong. And now I actually do wonder whether I want to name instant or sorcery, because sorcery is like, there's Toxic Deluge. Even though the opponent doesn't have it, otherwise he would have not played that Dryad Arbor here. Maybe a name instant. But instant is so slow, I think I actually do name sorcery. Oh, I should have named, yeah, sorcery as well, because like Vindicate, if he gets white, he can like Vindicate this otherwise. So let's... Also, we don't need to name instant because there's like Punishing Fire and we can eat it. Let's eat the Punishing Fire. And now we attack with the creature. Attack with all. The only downside is now if we draw a Sonnet, it's not lethal because like, there's Archon. Oh, it's Archon of Vela's Reach. Yeah, so this is something I haven't talked about, but there's actually like an option to get your face into one of my cards for a month. So if you do like the tier 3 subscription and you know that I'm like altering magic cards on Magic Online, like I'm not good enough to do it in real life, but I can do it on Magic Online by like hacking into the software. So yeah, if you want your face on one of my cards or like the artwork changed in any other way that's like, let's say appropriate, then you can have that. If you do the tier 3 subscription, which doesn't even have an emote, because nobody ever does like tier 2 or tier 3 subscriptions, do they? Phil, do you have any like tier 2 or tier 3 subscribers? I think ever since I've got partner, I've got like almost 100 different subscribers, and none of them has ever like used that. So here we go. Can you kill it? Oh, opponent is dead here. I totally missed that. No, he's not. Containment Priest. Foiled again. Now he takes 11. Is there a way I could have killed him? Maybe if I a 1-mana creature. Yeah. So what do we... I think I play this just because to have like one more attacker next turn. You have 2 tier 2s? Dude. You're a very powerful wizard. Browsets? Isn't that like the browser girl? I guess it would be. Did we win again?
Triple kill.
Awesome. Awesome. This deck, so good. Actually, is this the short victory fanfare? Oh yeah, you know what? We can actually play it a little longer. Maybe like here? Maybe like here. Little longer. Hey Skilla, thanks for the match. We certainly didn't expect to win this one. Yeah, this sounds right. And also looks like we didn't find an opponent yet. Da 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 da. Arcane stream, so cool. I really like. I think I actually have to subscribe to Arcane. But Arkan, you need to add, an Evoke emote. If you add an Elf Evoke emote, I'm certainly gonna subscribe to you like right away. You must have a lot of subscribers if you get like this many slots. You've got a lot of awesome. Like, definitely check out if you like Star Wars, and I do like Star Wars. So, okay, so here's something. So recently, my girlfriend and I were talking about like which movie, series, or franchise has had the biggest cultural impact on mankind. Like, not a single movie, but an actual franchise. Because a single movie, that's actually super hard. But which movie franchise has had the largest cultural impact on mankind? And that includes, like, how many people know about it, how many people, like, I don't know, were influenced by it in a certain way, like, choose a certain profession because of it, like, or even just, like, have a lifestyle around it. I don't know. So, we had two movie franchises that we were talking, like, we didn't actually discuss it back and forth. We were just, like, talking about it, and I told her I'm pretty convinced there's, like, a certain movie franchise that it is. And there's only one movie franchise that I think that even rivals it in terms of cultural impact, and that's the one she named. And she said, no, it's this one. And we, like, didn't talk about it because, like, that, oh, well, Pennsylhaven. I thought we were playing against Pendle Steven, but it's Pennsylhaven. So yeah, only movies, or actually movie franchises. That may also include books or TV shows. Well, if you've got something like a certain thing in mind, just tell me. Impactful for professions is probably Star Trek. Oh, that's a good one too. Oh! The goblins are in the house. Goblin Lucky. So, usually you want to play your Senate for Dryad Arbor here. The problem is if they have Wasteland, then they can get the free connect on the Lucky. There's a good chance they connect with it anyway. But we can still try this. And... oh, this is tough now. I think I actually want to play... the Wildwood Symbiote, because I'd rather trade the Wildwood Symbiote for the Lucky. If I can. There's a good chance, like I said, he kills it anyway and connects. But once they have traded, then I want to play Llanowar Elves and Dryad Arbor on the next turn, and then hopefully get a really good Glimpse turn, or send him for something amazing. So let's see. Yeah, what time is this, right? Elves vs Goblins. This is like a Wizards theme deck or something. So Flair says Lord of the Rings. We get Godfather. The best timeline, I agree. So yeah, so I was saying it's Star Trek, and Lisa said it's Lord of the Rings. So she said it's Lord of the Rings. I said it's Star Trek, Star Wars, not Star Trek. And I can see Star Trek being up there. But Star Trek, I guess it kind of counts, but it's not primarily a movie franchise. It's a series. If you want to talk about like movie, like TV series, I think that's somewhat of a different kind of question, but still very like viable, legit. But if it's only about actual movie franchises, I think it's between Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. What else would be up there? Yeah, but Godfather. Oh yeah, Godfather actually, that's also a really good one. I guess it got a lot of people into crime, or maybe law enforcement. This is kind of magic like Garfield intended. Play a 1/1 on the first turn, have them trade on the second turn, play more 1/1s on the second turn. No, Spock, I am your father. The line must be drawn here. Oh, Kratermaker. Is he gonna trade Kratermaker for like pretty much a land? So like 3 mana Stone Rain. Actually, the actual OG Stone Rain. Let's be greedy shits. I love those posters that have like, they have Gandalf on them, and then it says like, "You're a wizard now, Luke," or something. And then it says like, "Jean-Luc Picard." Weekend at Bernie's. I've never watched that, but apparently it's about like having carrying around a corpse of a dead guy, yeah, well, it's a corpse, and making it seem like he's alive. At least that's what How I Met Your Mother told me. Weekend at Bernie's. I think the German translation was like Always Fun with Bernie or something. Like German translations of movie titles can sometimes be really weird, especially back in the 80s and 90s when they didn't really like trust German customers to get English jokes or English like sayings. So some of the originally English titles that are like really badass, they sound horrible in German because they're so generic. Why can't I hold all these lands I'm drawing? This music is interesting. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get another Dryad Arbor, and then next time we're gonna attack for lethal using the technology called Crota of Behemoth. A very crazy dad. Oh, hello, Mr. Piledriver. Haven't seen you in ages. You're looking good. You're looking sharp. Not using like the new bad artwork. You got like those lush red colors, old frame. You look like a red card. You look like a goblin. Throw enough goblins at any problem and it should go away. At the very least, there'll be fewer goblins. Another goblin pile driver? Dude, if he gets another one of those? Oh, okay, so he tapped it at 2 and then let it go to 3. Tricky, tricky goblins. Because I was wondering if he gets another goblin pile driver and a war chief. That's almost lethal, but I guess I can chunk block. Yeah, in German as well. They actually do add other titles sometimes. What? He's scared of the double block? Just don't play anything that's good here. Well, that's not good. Oh, opponent's out of cards, so we are actually fine to like just fetch and get there. Hopefully. You shall not pass. You know what? If I was ever get my mode altered on Magic Online, I'm gonna get Gandalf on it, and it says, you shall not pass. In German he says, du darfst nicht vorbei! Which is basically, you must not pass. Also, English is really weird with like, must not, when you might as well say may not pass. This is something that like throws off German students all the time. Because in German, like, if you say you must not pass or shall not pass, the literal translation would be you may not pass, which I guess makes just about as much sense. But then they realize, oh no, you have to say you must not pass. But isn't like wouldn't you say like you must not pass and you may not pass pretty much the same, except may not pass is a little less intense? Get hoofed.
Fatality.
So Twitch told me I can't use explicit graphics. I hope this doesn't count as one. So, somebody once told me, actually not me, but I read about that, where they said, if you think that Scavenging Ooze is good against goblins, think again. Because technically, yes, they have goblins and you can block that and gain life and shit, but they have card advantage, and that's kind of the big deal. And that's why Ooze is not great. I think I still kind of like Assassin's Trophy, maybe as a 2-of, because they sometimes like have Grafdigger's Cages. Actually, we can easily beat Grafdigger's Cage, that's not the problem. Maybe I actually don't want them. I don't think about it. Because there's nothing... Actually, Archon might be bad. Archon seems really bad. If Archon had lifelink, he would be the perfect creature for us. And indestructible, I guess. Invigorate Berserk. We should play that in Elves. It's weird. You side out a natural order target and you you bring in a natural order. So, but overall, I don't hate this. I wouldn't hate this card. Like if he has a lot of, say, pyrokinesis and stuff. Actually, maybe the one-off Assassin's Trophy. Now that I think about it, if he gets like the guy Sharpshooter. Sharpshooter is like the one big nightmare we have about this deck. So the thing about goblins is goblins would be so like a lot harder to beat for us if they had acceleration. If they ever printed a proper acceleration goblin that like wouldn't sacrifice itself for like a red land you control. So yeah. Yeah, book titles in German translation are also like really horrible. You read a book called Drachenban, so Dragonban. Originally it was called Eye of the Hunter Part 1. Not a single dragon appears in the entire book and it's called Dragonban in German. That sounds like German translations, yeah. Certainly. Also, I've told this story before, but you guys know The Fresh Prince with Will Smith? Oh no, he's got Nicolas Cage. We got the answer. And in English, like, if you know what a best man is, right? A best man, like the guy who helps out the groom at a wedding. And best man, if you don't know what it means, like, it sounds weird, like he is like the best man. And apparently the people who get paid to translate the shit into German for like German dubbing, they literally translated it as like the German word for like 2 words for best man. So when Will is the best man for some wedding, he meets a girl and he introduces himself to the girl and he calls himself, "Hi, I'm Will Smith, the best man." And she's like, "Oh, cool, you're the best man." And I'm like, "What the fuck? This doesn't even..." Like, back then, I didn't know what this means. I was just like, this is the weirdest way to hit on a girl ever. Like, you tell her you're the best man, and she even, like, is like, "Oh, cool." And what? Opponent, play some creatures. No! You're supposed to attack me, not control me. I don't even care which of these artifacts I care less about. I guess I care slightly less about Needle. Actually, I should probably kill Needle first if he names Firewood Symbiote. Otherwise, I can't pick Rex Sage up again. Yeah, so I should kill Needle probably. Cradle would be nice. Because then I can like play this and this. That not... Actually... I can play this for free pretty much, but then I should attack first. I'm just scared, like, if I play Rex Sage and pass and then something happens to Rex Sage, then I can't kill Cage. So I gotta do it like this. Ah, okay. Monster Cat exclusive, huh? Oh god, what did I do? I screwed... Actually, this is much better. Oh, this is actually much better to do it this way. I accidentally made the correct play. Yeah, I was about to say, Goblins is sideboarded into... It feels like a Moonstompy deck of sorts, almost. Mono-red control. Is this the dreaded Mono-red Tron that Vincent, Pleasant Kenobi, has been brewing? Please don't have mess removal, dude. Watch him play Scrying Sheets now. Yes. Tap the shit. Tap that shit. Oh wow, should we glimpse him? Maybe next turn. We can also do it like this. More mana for the mana god. Maybe we really just attack him down. Fortunately, we might have to glimpse next turn. Yes, I would like to use the ability. We can actually replay one of the Visionaries, which might be better than attacking with the Finton Elves. Because 16 is a magic number anyway, like from initial order math. Like, not from this spot, because from this spot he's dead anyway. But 16 is like if you get like 3 creatures and you sacrifice one of them, and the other 2 can attack and you get Behemoth, then that's 16. Unless they have like 2 power, like Symbiote. No, Sentinel. Our deck pretty much plays out like a Goblins deck right now. Goblins in Texas, yeah. I guess you could say that. The thing is, Goblins can't play the mid-range game against Elves without a way to control the board. And they need Sharpshooter for that. Like, Goblins can sometimes win the early game, but the deck actually, especially these days, isn't even very well set up to beat us in the early game, or win anything in the early game, but they can heavily outgrind almost anyone. The problem is, like, card advantage doesn't mean shit if, like, the other guy combos you out, and that's That's the problem they have in the matchup, so they need like sharpshooters or pyrokinesis or something. I guess you already know that. So, here we go. Actually, I didn't even need to bounce this. Depends on, maybe I can draw Cradle. Oh fuck. I can't natural order now. But, there's always Glimpse. And we don't have any black things to cast, so might as well tap the lands. Yeah, Mark certainly streamed like Red, White, Death, and Texas. He streamed it quite a lot, and I would even go as far as to say he pioneered that deck. Imperial Texas. He made it actually like pretty. I'm not sure if it's like viable these days, but he made it legit. So now we're gonna get. Actually, we might actually turn on the Glimpse music again. A cage isn't really stopping you from comboing off. Usually, like, the stuff that stops you from comboing off is, like, stuff like Hate Bears. Like, what's it called? Canonist, yeah. So Canonist is the one you really fear when you're playing Elves. Because it stops you from comboing it off. And it stops you from doing, like, your value engine. And that's the really scary thing. Cage only stops Natural Order and I guess Senate. So Cage is more like a tactical tool. Whereas, like, Canonist is like really scary. It's like you have all this power and it doesn't matter. Yeah, we are almost at a point, Phil, where I feel like Back to Basics is almost decent against like straight up Death and Taxes, like mono white Death and Taxes, which is weird. But yeah, it's always been like the mono colored decks in Legacy have always had surprisingly bad mana bases. Like for almost a decade, Murfolk used to have like the worst mana base, or at least like the worst mono-colored mana base, and still like almost one of the worst mana bases in all of Legacy. Until Elves like became along, and then Elves started having like the worst mono-colored mana base. Pretty much mono-colored mana base, I guess, in Legacy. We can even like hardcast Behemoth now. Let's just keep doing this. They have a little bit disadvantage. That's one way to put it. Is Goblins like a Jedi deck or is it a Sith deck? Actually, can tell me what are like the typical Sith decks. What does Sith use? I think Black Red Really Made are certainly like a Sith deck. What else is there? Dredge, maybe? Yeah, see, Dredge. People agree. Storm, yes. Oh, I'm loving this. So if you go to my Twitter, twitter.com/itsjulian23, then you can actually see my well, it's basically like a Dungeons & Dragons alignment chart, where I ranked all the different Legacy decks as Dungeons & Dragons alignments, and like the three evil ones. The lawful evil was Miracles, the chaotic evil one was any kind of show and tell deck, and the neutral evil one was Delver deck. So yeah, Delver, Miracles, and show and tell based combo. Those are like true Sith Lords.
Finish him! Carrier has arrived.
Take this! Hoof, hoof, hoof! The hoof! The hoof! The hoof is on fire! We don't need no water, let the trampling beast trample. Trample, beast, trample. Trample.
Fatality.
4-0! The fuck is going on with Elves, man? Best deck confirmed. I was about to say we almost like didn't even drop any games, but actually we dropped almost a game, like except for against this guy now. 4-0. Let's make that list.
Monster kill.
5-0. Okay, let's get something. Let's get Death in Texas and actually screw it up and go like 0-2 against Death in Texas. I've been there before. Unfortunately, never lost a match that really mattered, like in paper against Death in Texas, but I certainly lost against them here and there. Oh, goblins are the mercenaries and murderers from the pub. Oh, you mean in Mos Eisley? On the, I don't know what the pub is called, the Cantina, right? Where the Cantina band plays. Yeah, the Mos Eisley Cantina. I could imagine goblins there. That actually sounds pretty spot on for goblins. Also, we need a name for this guy, by the way. He's a crab from the Christmas Islands, and his ass is coming off a little bit when he poops. So I have to shove it back in again. And he has claws. He's a scary 2-5. He's a 2-5 vigilance, I would say. Do crabs have vigilance typically? I think so. Hey Pierre, how's it going at Lil? Have you been grinding some side events? Or meeting awesome people? Lil was like great. I remember Lil in 2015, we rented a castle for, I think, almost 20 people. And we got, like, okay, so my favorite moment from that I recall right now from GP Lil back then. So we rented this castle for almost 20 people, and, like, we all knew each other, kind of. But some knew, oh, Stefano, so Miracles, maybe? So, yeah. So one night, like, sometimes people had friends come over and leave again, so it was fine. One night, Tomoharu Saito of Haruyua Games walks into our castle, looks around, eats our food from the buffet table, and then, after like 10 minutes, he leaves again. And we're like, dude, that was Saito. You know him? No. You know him? No. Well, you know him, but you don't know him. And then, like, we're like, this is so surreal. And then, like, the next day, we learned that, like, oh, Chancellor Stefano, what's wrong with you? You joined the Sith. So the next morning, we learned that, like, one of the guys staying with us is, like, super good friends with Saito. He was even, like, invited to his house and stuff. And Saito was looking for him, and he didn't see him, and apparently he was like too shy to ask. And the guy told him like he can eat some of our food, so that's what Saito did, and then he left again. Oh, opponent hasn't won yet. What's going on there? Something is wrong. Oh god, can you imagine? Had we been on the play in this game? Oh no, oh god, I forgot. Okay, I was about to say, had we been on the play, we would have killed him on the second turn. Actually, we wouldn't. That was Chancellor. Both side events. Are you grinding Legacy? Do you still like? Are you on the Miracles train? I think you had borrowed the deck earlier, right? When we met in Hamburg. Also, by the way, that's Pierre. I think I'm not. Probably a lot of people call you like Pierre, which I think your name is Pierre. And yeah, so he's the I guess CEO of Snapcardster, and Snapcardster is doing something really amazing. Like if you guys are into esports, especially like European esports, or even more so German esports, you might know who Take is, like Dennis Galen of Take TV. He's got this huge studio apartment in Krefeld. At least that's where it was when I last watched. And he's running like all these super cool esports events. Like you probably know about the whole, oh god, but we're getting destroyed here like no tomorrow.
Nuclear launch detected.
Yeah. So yeah, he ran the Home Story Cup and everything. So he runs a lot of like, in the past it was like Hearthstone, StarCraft, pretty much all the big esports. And now he's in the future gonna cooperate with Snapcardster and running a Arena event. And Arena is surprisingly good. Like I have to admit, I was hesitant to get into Arena, but then Wizards helped me out and they actually got me a lot of booster packs and I tried it out. And I expected it to be like, yeah, okay, but then I really started digging it. And there have been a couple of evenings. Actually, I think I've spent more time on Arena during the last 2 weeks than on Magic Online, if that says something about it. And so yeah, they are running a tournament there. And I'm really looking forward to that. So definitely check it out. I think, Pierre, there will be more info about that in the future. Oh, you borrowed... Oh, Daniel finally has like a good deck now. I remember when he played Esper... No, he played Blue and White Death in Texas. So that was like a bit of a weird deck. It wasn't actually a proper Stoneblade deck. It also wasn't a proper Death in Texas deck. And he played Judge's Familiar. But yeah, Esper Stoneblade is super legit. Oh, is this not Stefano? But it says Stefano. Stefano G5. Sylvan Chancellor, is that like the 2-mana Noble Hierarch deck? I saw that, I wasn't like quite convinced of the Chancellor. So let's see. You can't, actually you can turn off the animations, I'm pretty sure, I saw that. At least it's gonna come eventually, yeah. Maybe it's Smurf, and he's Spy. He might be a Sith Spy or something. Stefano would actually save the Jedi in the Republic. But, you know, that's what they said about Anakin. Before things got, like, fucked up. I think we're gonna keep this. It sucks if the opponent has, like, a Chancellor, but, like, basically you always have to, like, think about a game plan. And our game plan right now is the opponent doesn't have Chancellor. We Thoughtseize a critical spell from his hand. And then on the third turn, we get Senate for Ooze. And can maybe play the game from there. Opponent down to 5. Oh, that's how we beat the first guy. You know, Eric, you know how I like to imagine Eric? So Eric is sitting there in Southeast Asia in his, like, palace that he built from his money as, like, working there. And then he's got, like, 25 Magic Online screens. And he's playing Black Red Reanimator on all of them. And he's making a shit ton of money every day. And that's why he gets into so many, like, league trophies. But I guess he can't join the same league twice, but maybe he's got a way to do it. No, he showed us Chancellor. Boo! In that case, I think I'm gonna get rid of Heritage Druid. It's the worst one. The unfunctional downside of doing it this way is that we are super, like, we're basically telling him we don't have Surgical. Because if we did have Surgical, then we could, like, keep up the mana and, like, Surgical for mana and get around the Chancellor that way. Actually, Surgical for life and pay the mana. Yeah. Opponent isn't very nice. We should do something about that. I don't want a 4-on-1. At least he's targeting us. And he pitched Cable Therapy. We can always, like, top deck Ooze now. Or Surgical. I think I'd rather top deck Surgical because it would make the opponent feel safe. Maybe he offered the split. No, he didn't. Unmasking. The artwork is really cool. By the way, this is where you learned that, like, the Blind Seer is actually Voidrod. Or is it? It's just like, this was one of the things in Mercadian Masterblock. Who's Voidrod? I know, the Blind Seer is Urza. Oh, I totally forgot about that. So yeah, but Voidrod was also, like, hiding as one of the characters. Kinda like the Mercadian Masks. But I guess there's some serious nostalgia going on there. Yeah, the Blind Seer is Urza. He takes Glimpse, that's interesting. Maybe, if he takes Glimpse, I'm thinking maybe... Okay, he can't do anything. I'm surprised he didn't take the Thoughtseize. Also, interesting choice here. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, with Therapy. Okay, so here's the thing. We kind of want to play Pendelhaven, so he doesn't know about the fetch land, which could be anything. But if we play the fetch land and get Dryad Arbor, then next turn we can play Quirion Ranger. Tap Arbor for mana, untap Arbor, replay the land, have 3 mana up, get Ooze, and then we can use Ooze on his turn. So I think that's better. Problem is, I think we need to hit Cable Therapy, which is a little bit weird. But I don't want him to Cable Therapy Green Sun Sunnet, because that's like... Actually, but if he draws a discard... Actually, he couldn't really discard Chancellor and get... If he draws Faithless Looting and cast that, then he needs to find... Yeah, he can. Maybe I'm acting a little too scared. He wouldn't really crack his Lotus Petal there. Actually, what do you... Okay, let's be brave. Okay, so he found a land, so we know his hand is Axiom and Chancellor. So now we find Sid Riot. Are the Evox gonna take this? Also, we have to replay the Bayou instead of like making the extra land drop, because then we can actually untap Dryad Arbor on the opponent's turn, which is like super important for the use. So our worst case scenario here would be for him to draw Faithless Looting, and then discard 2 creatures and have Reanimate. Where's the use by the... Where's the use? Well, there's the use. I guess we're gonna draw a card. Fuck. Oh, this is awkward now. He wants to infiltrate the Republic? No. He would not do that. You need to inform the... How do you get on the High Council? I want to be on the High Council too. But I guess that's... Oh, he's reanimating Heritage Shoot. That's fine. Oh, he can sacrifice it to Cardboard Therapy now. That's so cute. And he can... Oh, fuck. He can sacrifice it to... Yeah. Target himself, named Chancellor. And next turn, have... I guess... Axiom? Oh, this is so weird. But you can still erase Chancellor, actually. Oh, this is so funny now. That's our Cardboard Therapy.
This is how we do it.
Oh, Legacy Elves. Confirmed best Elves. Okay, let's not screw this up and name Axiom. Oh, you're Arkane's nemesis? I guess, Tom, you're the nemesis of a lot of people. I still remember when you were like streaming together with, I think it was Phil. Was it Phil? And like, I thought you had like porn on. So let's play these, so we can like deal more damage on the next couple of turns. And we won't need the Bayou land drop, so you might as well untap this for more damages. I'm so good at not getting punished. Well, you should have seen me in school. I stopped doing homework in 10th grade, and actually that's a lie, in 8th grade. And I'm actually not proud of that. I'm not proud of that, but it's just like a lot of things changed between 7th and 8th grade, and suddenly like you didn't think that seriously about school anymore. Actually, but I wasn't like one of those guys who didn't care about school. Actually, it was quite the opposite, I think. Anyway, but of course I still did my Latin homework, Phil. Like, I copied it from my classmate. Like, actually, everybody copied the Latin homework, either from the classmate or from the actual book. Because you like, if you translate the Bello Gallico, then you can also like translate from the book. And it's so awkward because everybody, like, you can't actually have the actual translation that's in the book because, like, at one point your teacher realizes everybody got the same. So you try to phrase it around, you change it up a little, and at some point there, she's like, oh, that's a very creative translation. That's actually spot on. That's really good. How did you come up with that? And you just look at the Latin text, and I mean, you do speak Latin. You're like, yeah, so this word, I figured I wanted to translate it differently. So, yeah. So, I think actually on a different occasion, I needed to translate into German Salve at the end. And, I mean, it's like an imperative, and it means like, well, it's a greeting, and it's kind of formal, I would say, but I wanted to literally translate it as in like do well or something. And then I turned it like into a very, very informal German translation. It was so clumsy, so instead of like goodbye, I just wrote, well, have a good time, dude. It's like, so yeah, that's what Caesar would say at the end of a letter to a senator or something. Have a good time, dude. I'm not happy about how this looks right now, but it's gonna be really tough to beat the opponent. Maybe Elves is not the way to go, so maybe we take out an Elf, and we oh no, we had 62 cards, the fuck? Oh, we took an Ooze. Oh, opponent, I hope the opponent hasn't submitted yet. 62 card special. Oh god, this is almost good. Opponent immediately kept 7, snaps 7. And if that happens, I mulligan. Fuck! They keep giving us these decent hands. And now, so if you're at this point in a tournament, you just shrug and you go like,
thank you for listening.
Keep.
To this week's podcast.
Okay, bottom, F6. And then you hope they go all in. But usually they cast Unmask first. And then that sucks. Come on, land, so we don't look like super naked. Okay. Let this not be Cardboard Therapy. How many cards do I play main 3 these days? Usually 60 or 61. Depends on what I want. So that's what I usually do. Sometimes I play for 59, but then I get a loss. I think once I I registered only 40 cards to an event. And then the judge comes out. Actually, my very first Legacy event, I played Enchantress. And the judge comes over to me and asked me, like, to take a look at my deck list and see whether there's anything wrong with it. And I look at it, and I check everything, like, twice, and I tell the judge, no, everything is fine. He's like, no, it's not. Like, what? What's missing? He's like, you didn't register any lands. And I'm like, yeah? He's like, you should. I'm like, yeah, right. And then I, like, turn back to the game almost. And he's like, no, you have to register your lands. I'm like, seriously? And he's like, yeah. And like, honestly, I couldn't believe you would need to register lands. Like, who registers lands on a deck list? And then I got a game loss for that. That was so bullshit. And I didn't, like, I accepted it, but I felt like I was getting, like, cheated on or something. Entomb, interesting. This is the most interesting Black-Red game you've seen this far? Kinda, yeah. It's interesting, he still goes for Elish Norn, even though... Maybe he has, like, another discard and then Axiom, and goes for Grizzlebrand. Dark Ritual, yeah, that seems like it's exactly it. Oh, I know what... Oh god, no. He's got the shit. He's got this shit thing where he goes like, respawns Entomb. I've been there. But the thing is, like... If I had Abrupt Decay, Tolerance Command... What's the card? No. Yeah, here we go. If I had Assassin's Trophy, I might even let this one resolve and just like hope to draw into land an Assassin's Trophy. Turbo Reanimator. I guess it's Reanimator. Black Red. Yeah, I guess if you want to call it Turbo Reanimator, that would be appropriate. Actually, what else does he have other than Grizzlebrand? Sometimes you can raise Grizzlebrand if they don't have anything else. But this isn't one of those games, I think. Yeah, I think... You know what's super unfortunate? I didn't have the balls to keep my first hand. Opponent went land pass, right? Oh no, he went unmasked pass. Or did he go land pass? I don't remember. Okay, we are not winning this one. Damn, no 5 and 1 for me.
You have lost the match.
Almost goes turn 2 or 3, you're right. Our first hand... There's a really good chance our first hand would have won this. So yeah, by the way, let's add those ley lines.